Welcome back to a brand new Creative Encounter podcast episode. I'm your host, Jewett Z. Payne. And guys, we are back for episode 70. Yes, 70 of this podcast. Cannot believe that we are 70 episodes in. This is exciting, and I'm thrilled to have you guys. Thank you for all of those who have been coming to the show for the last 70 episodes. It's been a great time. If this is your first time here, I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, go ahead and follow on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the platforms so you don't miss any episodes as we drop an episode every single week. But man, guys, episode 68, as you guys saw, was when I had the listening party. Oh no, it was the 67 actually. Yes, episode 67 is when I had the listening party for my new album, Unashamed Live Worship Experience. And as of this past week, the album is officially out. So I'm just thrilled. I'm hyped. This is an amazing season, an amazing week, which I'm going to talk about in this episode. But man, Friday, March 22nd, the album released, and man, so excited. It was just such a great time, such a phenomenal worship experience. The team that put this together, thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. Those of you who have listened to the record so far and shown your love and support, thank you so much. It's been such a great time serving you guys through music and creativity and really just walking in what God has called me to do as an artist, to share and to provide and give to you guys something that could bless you and bless your hearts and your spirits and your minds and things like that. So such a great time. So if you have not checked out my record, Unashamed Live Worship Experience, the link is in the description below. So I would love for you guys to go and check it out. Jewett Z. Payne Music. You can follow on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all of the platforms. Jewett Z. Payne Music will pop right up. So enjoy the record and comment below. Tell me what your favorite track is. This is a 7-song record. So I want you guys to tell me and listen. Tell me which one blessed you. If all of them, fantastic. Whichever one's your favorite, let me know. All of that good stuff. But yeah, I would love for you guys to check it out. This is a really good one, really good one. Now, speaking of really good ones, this episode, y'all, okay, I mentioned this week. Oh, Lord, this is crazy. This week was insane. So the week of March 18th to the 22nd, I was also in this amazing course with the phenomenal, the illustrious, the man, the guy, the YouTube guy, Myron Golden. So Myron Golden, Dr. Myron Golden, he is a pastor. He is a business coach. He is an entrepreneur, a speaker. He does everything from a biblical perspective. It's no fluff. He gets right to the nitty gritty, and it is based on truth, and it's insane. So if you guys want to go to his channel, Myron Golden, go ahead and check him out, right? But I've been following Myron for about a year or so. One of my good friends, Paul, he actually just randomly one day texted me and some of our guys. He texted us Myron's video. So he texted, I checked it out. I was like, oh man, my two favorite things, the word of God and business, right? So I was like, I gotta check this guy out. It was on point. And I've been watching his YouTube channel ever since. It's been absolutely amazing. So then he makes an offer, which, as you see, is the title of this episode. So he does something frequently, I believe it's every month or so, and it's called the Make More Offers Challenge, MMOC, Make More Offers Challenge. So I've been seeing this, all 2023, and I finally this year was like, man, I want to take this challenge. It is time to take this challenge, take the mindset, take the businesses, take how I can serve people better to the next level. So I was like, yes, I'm going to need to go ahead and take this challenge. And sure enough, that's what I did. So this week, March 18th to the 22nd, I was in Myron's class. Man, I am blown. I don't even know how, I'm literally here alive. I don't know how my mind is even still functioning properly after all of the content and information he just shoved in our minds and just took it to the next level, y'all. He broke us down, y'all. He broke us down mentally and physically, which I'm going to explain to y'all in a bit. But man, it was absolutely amazing. So this episode is me sharing some highlights from what we learned over the 6 days that Myron poured into us, sat there with us live and invested in us. And man, I mean, everything is about to just go crazy. Everything was already going crazy, praise the Lord. But everything's about to just, So what I want y'all to do, see, this is YouTube, y'all. I mean, if you're on Spotify, all that, you can pause this. The whole thing is this digital. You can pause this. I'm going to need you to go get a notebook. Go ahead and get you a pen. All of that good stuff, because we're about to dive in and teach y'all some stuff that's going to just change it if you apply it. Because That's one of the words I'm about to talk about is mastery. Okay, we're about to talk about what mastery is, but you don't want to just shove in all of this information and do nothing with it. I don't want you guys to come to this channel and watch these episodes if you're not going to go back and actually practice what we're talking about. Okay, it's not just to have information for the sake of information's sake, right? You want to be able to go out and execute and implement what you are learning here on this channel. Okay, and any other channel that's teaching you things that you want to execute, you want to actually go and execute it, right? That's the whole point of it all. So go ahead and get your notebook, get a pen. We are going to dive in. So Make More Offers Challenge, March 2024. That's when I took this challenge. It was amazing. So the first thing Myron, he kept beating us over our heads every single day. He would start every day and recite this thing so we can keep it at the forefront of our mind. These two things right here, very critical. What is an offer? Okay, so if you are here, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, if you are someone who is still working for someone, but you have an entrepreneurial heart and drive, and that's the realm that you want to step into, you need to know what an offer is, right? Because you are serving people. The whole point of all of this is to serve other people. The point of Duet Z Payne Music, the point of this podcast, the point of Starving Arts courses where I teach music, Payne Duo Productions where I do production for clients and things like that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All of it is to serve people. So that's a preface. If we put that first and not realize this is just something that we want to do and something that's just conjured up in our mind that we just want to just kind of just throw at people and everything, no, the whole point is to serve them. So you want to go ahead and hit them and see what they need. You get into what people's needs are and stuff. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to be talking about this, but what is an offer? Okay, so I'm going to read this here. An offer, the opportunity you give a potential client to exercise their desire to buy or otherwise obtain the thing or things that you help them realize they've desired all along at the price that you previously decided and they have subsequently agreed to, which they now expect to use to make their experience of life exponentially better. Okay, so that's what an offer is. That's what an offer is. So with an offer, it's you taking individuals to that next level by giving them something that they already desire. So this isn't coercion, or this isn't you trying to necessarily convince them that they need this. So you don't have to do it. It's something that they already desire, and you're bringing it to light. You are unfolding and lifting the lid off of the fact that this is something that they're already desiring, okay? But you're going to have to meet them at where they're at to be able for them to discover and have that moment and show that you are the one that can provide that specific thing to take them somewhere to the next level, exponentially their life to the next place, exponentially better, okay? So that's what an offer is. Now, again, business is about serving people. So now we go into the word mastery. Mastery is the ability to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resources. The purpose of this challenge that we did here was to get us on the road of developing mastery in our businesses, okay? So that's what Myron was doing with us. He took us to that next level, and he said to get us on the road of developing that mastery, and it all starts in the mind, and we have to work there for our businesses to thrive, okay? So another way of looking at mastery is to think of those who are amateurs at something and those who are professionals at something, okay? So amateurs will work until they get it right. Okay, and professionals work until they can't get it wrong. That's the difference between being a master of something and just being someone who's like an amateur at something. You want to be able to get to a place where there's no way you can get this wrong. You are mastering it. And that comes from studying. That comes from putting yourself in a position where you have mentors and books and people who are teaching you how to do things. You want to be able to get to that place of mastery, okay, so that you can be the go-to individual in your specific field of industry and interest. So again, these were 6 days of just amazing content. And day one, I'm going to tell you the title of each one and just give you some points on each one. Okay, so here we go. So day one, offer science and the lead generation offer. So there's a science to everything. There are some things that in life are just laws. There are some things that are principles. That means no matter what, these things cannot change. These things are just always going to be, such as gravity and different principles that we see in God's word. These are things that are always there, okay? So there's a science to this whole thing. Now, when you're making an offer to someone, you want to realize that there's first curiosity, and then there's pain, And you want to be with that person who assists an individual in their pain. That's what your purpose is as someone who is creating a business, creating content, creating an offer for an individual. So there's two things we're looking at here. So he was speaking on pain and pleasure. So you have someone here in the middle who may potentially come and become a client of your specific business, right? So you have pain and pleasure. You don't want to hit them first with the pleasure and like the bells and whistles of what you offer and all this stuff. These people don't even know you. These people do not know you, okay? Like some of you guys watching, this may be your first time getting to know me, right? And what am I doing? I'm sitting here assisting you and trying to take your business to the next level so that you can, feel like, okay, I'm receiving this person is focused on me and giving me what my needs are, as opposed to just come and say, yo, you want to buy this, you want to get that, whatever stuff. It's like, whoa, that's bombardment. And we feel like, okay, this kind of, this doesn't feel right. People don't really care for those type of situations when they're in those, right? So you want to be able to get at the pain point of what an individual wants, okay? So with that, that's where the opt-in funnels come in. So your potential client has a problem and you are the solution. You have the solution. Now the solution, yes, it is pleasurable, but if there's someone who's a cold lead and you're bringing them, you want to hit them at their pain point first before you go into what the pleasure is, okay? So moving them away from their pain. The pain that they're in, you want to talk to them about how they can move away from it. And an example would be if you're doing like an opt-in for, I know, like, so for example, for me, for teaching music. So for Starving Artist courses, I will be able to assist you in understanding music, because music could be it's a language, right? So learning a new language like Spanish, German, English, French, whatever it is, learning these languages can be difficult. But if I can tell you there are specific methods that can make this nice and simple and break it down, and if you have these core things that you comprehend, not only will you learn it swiftly, but you'll be able to execute in a way confidently before others. And I can definitely show you that with Starving Artist courses. So that's enticing the individuals, and it even shows you, like, yo, there's an end goal. I'll be able to confidently be able to play these instruments. I could even maybe play on a band or a worship team or begin a songwrite and things like that. What are these methods and ways that you can teach me in a way that's, it's not taking all day for me to understand. It's comprehensive. It's fun. It takes me to that next level. And that's what you want to be able to hit the pain points. And I say things like, we use a Zoom, or the type of guitar I have is a Gibson and it has 6 strings, like all these different, like features and different things. And if you click on this button, it'll have this explosion effect on it. So like, that stuff isn't important to people. A thing that people want is, this is a pain. My child wants to learn, but they're just not getting it. They can't get past this hump. Oh, okay, I can see that hump. That makes sense. I can break this down for you in a simple way that they can comprehend this. And then now you're drawing them in and stuff, right? So you're hitting them at their pain. That is the key, okay? And then from there, you have an opt-in for them to come in as you lead them to the specific product or service that they are doing. So a best way to be able to show people what their needs are, man, you're already on it. If you're watching on YouTube, we are here. This is the spot, y'all. If you do not have a YouTube channel and you're a business owner, I'm going to need you to pause this again. There's going to be a bunch of pausing, y'all, because y'all got to get to work right now. So if you are a business owner, you don't have a YouTube channel or some type of system, but I'm going to say YouTube. I'm not going to talk about anything else like, oh, maybe I'll do this. Get yourself a YouTube channel so you can get out there. This is the best just way for people to find you. It's the best way to do it, y'all. So go ahead and set that up and begin to start having an opt-in for individuals to opt into, something that's going to be able to draw them in. And then as time goes on, you can make them an offer of something, as we mentioned. What is an offer? I'm going to go back up. Don't try to feel, because a lot of us for some reason can feel like, oh man, I don't want to put this out there or let people know. We got to get past that. We truly have to get past that, because an offer, again, is you showing a client the thing or things to help them realize what they've desired all along. So for someone to even be watching this, for you to be watching this is something that you're desiring. You're not watching this because you care about me. You don't care about Duet that much. If you do, I love you. Thank you so much. But it's what I'm saying and the information I'm giving you that's going to transform your life. That's what you're really drawn to, right? And you don't even know what my offer or products and things are going to be yet, but you just know right now here in the inlet, I am providing you something that is taking you and your mind to the next level, something that you can actually utilize, right? And then as the offer comes, you're like, yes, I want to opt into this. So that's what that is. So that's what day one was. And of course, there's so much more meat to it. I'm just hitting the bullet points, because I got to shove 6 days into 30 minutes, y'all, and it's insane. So we are moving on to day 2. So this is offer strategies and the lead conversion offer. Okay, so first you did the lead magnet. That was the thing where you're drawing them in. Okay, whatever your business is, what's that thing where you're like, 5 ways to X, Y, and Z, 7 ways to move from this pain point into this X, Y, and Z. Okay, that is your magnet. You're drawing them in, right? Now you want the conversion because you want these individuals to become clients because you want them to be able to pay you because that's what a business is. You get paid for the services and the value that you're providing to someone. That's what business is. If you don't think that, then you have a hobby. But no, a part of this, for you to be able to change the world, money is an essential part of this whole thing. And God set it up all through scripture, okay? Verses all over. If we could talk about that in another one. But yes. Day 2, offer strategies and the lead conversion offer. So again, these are cold prospects that you have. They're cold. They don't know nothing about you. You want them to warm up to you. Then you want them to get hot, and you want them to convert into accepting and redeeming the offer that you present before them, right? So cold prospects, you want to lead them away from your pain and not lead them toward the pleasure, but focus on that pain first. We're going to talk about different types of businesses. Essentially, there's only 2 types of businesses that we offer, okay? There's different kinds, but there's 2 categories, rather, of business. So you have service-based business, product-based. Every place you go, there's nothing outside of that. If you go to, Target, you got the service component, you got the product component. Those are the only 2. Now, let me tell you the main difference between the 2. Not that one is good or bad. You just want to, again, it says offer strategies. You want to be strategic in how you're utilizing both of them, okay? So offer strategies. Limited resource. Service-based businesses are a limited, not a resource, it's a limited service because you are using your time and your muscle to give an offer to an individual. And both of those are limited resources, the time and the muscle, okay? But if you create a product, that's something that you create one time, and now that can continue to be replicated and duplicated and continue to serve, and you continue to monetize off of that without so much input. But if you do service-based, you can only make so much money. You can only do so much in execution and in your service because you only have X amount of hours in a day, and you only have so much strength in the amount of years that you have on this earth. So you're going to be strategic. So both of them are fine. I do service-based. I do music lessons. I do it virtually. I have products for that. And I also do, one-on-one lessons and things like that. So that is service, but you want to be strategic with how you do that. So for example, if you're doing some type of coaching, anything, whether it's music, like I mentioned, whether it's life coaching, whether it's, doing health or gym, whatever it is and things like that, the best way to utilize your time is to do things in groups. One-on-one is fine, but you want to make sure that you have a prime rate that you're charging for that because time is of the essence, okay? So I can, like this thing that I'm doing right now, it's the same reason why I used to do Creative Encounter events in person. I no longer do it in person anymore. I do the podcast where on here, I can reach hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands and eventually millions of individuals on this platform. And it's just me sitting here and talking to you for 30 minutes, So that's the cool part. Now, if you do things in person, that's cool. And if you're charging for that, you should do it at a specific rate that makes sense for you. Not charging the exact same thing you do in group sessions and in person. Your time is of the essence. So we'll get to more of that in day 3 in a little bit. But that's one thing right there that you want to talk about. Actually, no, not day 3. This is still in day 2. I see it here. Perfect. This is exactly where I wanted to go. Okay, so that's that. So what you want to do is sell more options. That's all this whole thing is called, make more offers. Okay, so you're going to sell more than one option. So for example, if you're trying to make $1 million, okay, and that's where these industries I'm creating are going to go over that, 6-7 figures and beyond. So if you want to do that, you don't want to just have one offer. You want to have different options at different pricing tiers. A lot of this is psychological. So the whole psychology of creating just one offer takes the individual from asking, should I buy this? Should I buy this thing? As opposed to if you have 2-3 different offers, then you ask the question, which one should I buy? Which one of these? It keeps them here, keeps them right here with you, and it's asking which one as opposed to should I buy this, okay? And that's how you do that. I mean, you got to think about the industries that we work on. For those of you who still work a 9-to-5 somewhere, Everyone does this. You go to their website, go to anyone's website, you're going to see different pricing tiers. During lunch, after this is over, you go get some lunch or whatever. You go over there to McDonald's. Back in the day, they would have, supersize me. Or you go to Starbucks, and they got all these different pricing tiers of coffee sizes that you're going to get and stuff. Everyone does this, right? So you're in that space. You're there not saying, I should leave Starbucks and go. You're caught in because you have this thirst, you have that desire, something that you need. And they're providing it. People love them some coffee. I don't drink coffee. My wife loves coffee. I'll be praying for all of y'all who are coffee people. I have my water here. Agua. I love that. But anyway, so pretty much you go into this location and you hear because that's the desire you had, right? Then they're showing you multiple options of which one you want, and it's to keep you there. So that's key, y'all. So that's a part of it. So different ways that you can sell. So here's some options for you. You can do things on the low end, and you have some high-end offers as well. So on the low-end side, definitely you can work out like a book or a simple product video where you're doing like a webinar and people opt into that. But this is on the low end side, and it's just a one-time thing that you are doing as far as creating a product that can continue to generate revenue. There's individuals who have been working on books, who worked on books, 10, 20 years ago, still putting money in their pocket. And they only did the book once. They dedicated a little time, created this book, go ahead and got it published, presented it, and it's still making them thousands, if not millions of bucks from this one book. So that's one product that you can make. So that's something where you sell it. He was going about numbers. He's talking about numbers, and math is my jam. I love math. So if you want to, let's say, make $1 million, that's our focus right now. We're talking about $1 million. So right now, as you're on here like, if you just had a heart attack, we're talking millions here, okay? And remember, as you continue to monetize and make money, you're taking care of your family. You're doing what God has called you to do. You are serving the world, all of that. So don't be shying away. I know church folks sometimes can shy away from talking about money and cheese and stuff. That'll happen in this house. That's what this is about. So, and I'm pretty sure that's how I'm blue in the face. But all of this. So let's say we're trying to make $1 million, y'all. Okay. So let's say you have a book that you sell for $20. What is it? You need to sell about 50,000. Yeah, like 50,000 copies of that to hit $1 million, right? Let's say you create a course, $200. You sell 5,000 of those, hit that $1 million, right? Let's say you have a more intense course or like a nice, event that you're doing or something, that you sell for, 2,000. You need 500 of those sold to hit $1 million. Something for 20,000, okay? Yes, you can sell things for 20K. Myron, we're stretching our mind here, 20K, 20K. You sell 50 of those joints, that's $1 million. 200, big old huge crazy event with what God has put in your mind, something you've mastered that will bless the folks, something that they desire. I got to get back to the focus of what is an offer, what is mastery. Keep those as the highlight of what we're talking about so that you can know what this is. So something you sell for 200K, sell 5 of those, you are at 1 million. So he talked about all these different options and ways to make this money. So you want to be able to sell multiple options, whatever fits your specific, your specific business, your specific industry. So you get you some notebooks, whatever you do. Like, for example, after this challenge, I'm about to go get me 3, 4, 5 notebooks because I operate a few different businesses. And I'm going to lay all of this out and how it relates to that specific business and lay all of this out. You guys have to write the vision out. You got to write it out. And who's stopping you from writing what you want to write? Write down. Don't start writing and then be like, oh, no, that sounds too crazy. Just write it. It's not doing anything for you to write it. If you can't get past that, then that shows there's a blockage there that we want to get past. Okay, you should be able to write all your dreams down no matter how ridiculous it sounds because nothing is going to happen to you if you write them. But something will happen to you if you don't write them. You won't achieve and you won't obtain it. Okay, so keep that in mind, folks. Keep that in mind. All right, so that's what day 2 was. I'm just scrolling to see if there's anything else. Oh, man, yeah, there's something else, man. Myron crazy, y'all. If y'all, you know how they take little parts of what people say and they manipulate it in videos and take that little section to make it sound like, oh, just can't believe this person said that. Duet just said, Myron Golden is crazy. Y'all can take that and say I said something crazy. Let me tell y'all why my brother is crazy, y'all. Because this man, like I told y'all, he tested us mentally, but he tested us physically. Day 2, every day he was giving us homework. And day 2's homework was that we had to do an ice water challenge. And it was crazy. He said you got to either stick your hand, your feet, your body in the ice water for at least 3 to 8 minutes. And I'm like, okay, this is getting crazy. What is this? And sure enough, I did it, and everyone did it. For the most part, everyone in the crew did it. From what I saw. But his reasoning behind this was because he was saying, if you want to go to that next level, whenever pain comes, pain is a trigger in the mind more than it is something physical that we're feeling. So if we can get past those points where we're about to go to that next level in our lives, and then we just stop and go, oh, no, I don't want to hit that. You hit that brick wall, like, oh, I'm not going to go there. It's like danger. Your mind's like danger. It turns on this alert that's trying to stop you from going to that next level. And then we just stop and just default, like, oh, no, it's okay, I won't go there and stuff. You want to be able to push past that. So this was saying, at those moments when my hands, man, they were gone. I felt nothing. It was horrendous. And I had the kids around me so that they could see pushing through, tenacity, discipline, focus, overcoming pain, all of that. So I had the whole family there as I did it, pushed through, and went way past that 3-minute mark, and it was absolutely amazing. So things like that. That was day 2. And Myron, you crazy, bro, but you the man. I appreciate you. Now, on to day 3. Day 3 was offer scripts and the customer ascension offer. So this was day 3. So he was telling us, when we tell a story, anything that we watch, whenever we tell a story, you want to paint a picture in people's minds where they feel like they can achieve that thing. You don't want them to feel defeat, because again, all of this is mindset, which we're going to get to when we get down to day 6. We're going to really just focus on the mindset. But you want people to feel like they can do it. Like when you look at superheroes, he was talking about. When you look at superheroes, you don't really feel like you could do it if he's a superhero who has no backstory, who has no story of triumph, like he started from the low and was able to rise above it. Those are the stories that feel like, man, I can do this, right? That's what you want to be able to do for your customer as you are acquiring these individuals to accept your offer. That's what you want to do. So the purpose of your story is to make them feel like you, make them feel like they can do it as well. So you never want to tell a story without making a point. You never want to make a point without telling a story. If you're selling to a person, tell that person about that person. You want to become that person, come into their story and draw them in by showing them like, wow, this could be me. And then you want to hit them with that crazy offer that fits, that is fashioned specifically for them very nicely, right? So the offer script, you want to be able to promise results. They should clearly see the future. You don't want to just tell them, again, the bells and whistles. You want to end it with, this is where you're at. This is where you can be when you accept this offer and we walk you through with this thing right here. This is where you want to be. And they're like, man, this is what's been keeping me up at night. This right here. And then you help take them to that next level. Okay, you want to frame it in that way. So this is the part, the positive and negative aspects. This part hit hard, y'all. The positive and negative aspects. If your attitude is right, the facts don't matter. So I've been practicing that ever since this. I'm like, man, those days where I'm like, man, this situation, man, this sucks, this blows, whatever the situation is. It's like, man, this is crazy or whatever. If you have your attitude like, you know what? Keep my mind, like the scriptures tell us, keep our mind on things above, not things below. Keep our mind on heavenly things in every situation. Whether it's with the kids, with your spouse, with the business, whatever it is. But like, you know what? This is all a part of it. There's something beneficial here. Nothing has one side. That's something Myron talks about on his YouTube channel all the time and in his challenge. Nothing has one side. There's no one-sided coin. This coaster here. It's not one-sided where you see the front and there's no back to it. Everything has two sides. Everything. So even with that, your situation that seems like the most horrible situation has a good side to it all the time. So the attitude has to be right. So with that, if we want to get our individuals' attitudes focused on not the negative but the positive, our storytelling has to present that, has to show that and make them feel that. Because when their minds focus on the positive, then it goes into how they feel, which is either faith or doubt. Those are two different beliefs. What they believe, based off what you tell them, is going to show what they believe. Faith or doubt. Okay? Now, if they go in the realm of faith, then they feel powerful, right? If they go in the realm of doubt, then they feel powerless. Okay, so that's what you want to do. So faith and doubt, you want to move them to faith. Feel like, I can do this. And that's all about telling the story. So first you're hitting them where their pain point is, but showing, don't worry. You can actually overcome this, and this is what the end result will be. That's how you want to draw individuals as it relates to that. So as you make offers, that's what you want to do. You don't want them to be anxious. Oh, that was a good one. He's talking about anxiety. So you want to have that feeling of anticipation. Give them a feeling of anticipation and not anxiety. Okay, anxiety is fear of a future outcome. Anticipation is the awareness and the excitement and the thrill of a future outcome. Okay, so that's what anxiety and anticipation opposites are. We want to keep moving towards anticipation and not anxiety. Anticipation, y'all. So that's it. You want to use the words to help them to visualize the outcomes that they desire. So let's move on to day 4. Offer systemization and customer retention offers. So now at this point, you have your customer. Congratulations. Awesome. You implement these 3 days, you got it's flowing. Okay. Now, how do we retain this? Because a lot of you guys have not necessarily stepped into entrepreneurship because you feel like there's no guarantee of getting paid every 2 weeks and make sure that check is coming, or you can't forecast the future. But if you invest in your business, invest in yourself, get the skill set, get the mastery, create the offers, meet the people where they need it, add value to people's lives, all of that's good and it's going to happen. And then you set up your systems of retention. So what's retention? Retaining and keeping the continual flow of revenue and whatnot coming into your business, right? So retention systems, keeping the customers coming. Continuity systems such as newsletters, membership sites, payment plans that you offer. So newsletters keep people wanting more and knowing what you have happening. You're keeping yourself at the forefront, at the top of their minds when you send out newsletters and emails and things like that. I send weekly newsletters about the podcast, about my album dropping, about courses and new videos on my YouTube channels and things like that. Send it out to those who have subscribed to my channel and things like that. So you want to be able to do that for the newsletters. Membership sites have memberships where they're paying annually or monthly. It's recurring and the service continues. Payment plan options where it's like, we have this big, huge product like that $20,000, $200,000 offer, right? But you don't necessarily have to pay it now. You can do a payment plan option. And with that, it makes it nice and easy for them. But also for you, that ongoing, you have the revenue coming week to week, month to month, year to year. So that's how you want to go ahead and do that, okay? So the value of this, again, it stabilizes your revenue. You can fund your marketing, so a portion of that can continue to go to the marketing, which will continue to bring in more individuals and things like that, okay? So that's how you do that. And make a better exit in the future. If you decide to exit the business in the future, then that's continuing to go, okay? Now, one little thing I do want to add in as you continue to generate leads, you want to generate the leads. Again, utilizing the YouTube channel is a way to generate the leads too, is bringing individuals in. So having your channel have a consistent rhythm that YouTube and the algorithm and whatnot can know, like these are the days and times that this individual is coming with this, they will continue to bump you up, because YouTube is all about bringing the viewers, because that's how they get paid and that's how you eventually get paid. It's like a thank you once you hit a certain subscriber and viewer mark, where they're like, man, thank y'all for bringing more people to YouTube. Let's go ahead and give y'all a little something, right? So that's how you do that, and you bring in those leads and take advantage of that. We're almost done, y'all. Day 5, offer stack, putting the offers together. So what's an offer stack? We ever talked about what an offer is. So an offer stack is to arrange and stack all those offers in an orderly fashion to make some aspects of dealing with them or using them easier. Okay. So the story that Myron talked about was with Elisha and the woman who had debt because her husband died and they wanted to take her sons, and she didn't have nothing in her house except some oil and all of that. So she was crying to him. She's like, oh my goodness, they're going to take my sons. And like, oh my goodness. And Elisha was like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? He's like, what do you want me to do? What he was trying to show her is, don't try to focus on me. Don't focus on handouts or offerings or things like that to be able to take yourself to the next level. What do you have in your house? He asks her. She says, I don't really have anything but this little bit of oil. Okay. So with that, we're going to pause there. What you have in your house, use that. I talked about this some episodes ago. What you have, that's what you want to use. That's what God has already blessed you with, no matter how small you feel it is. Mustard seed, and it can continue to grow into the biggest tree there is, right? So whatever you have, God will multiply. God will use that. So use that. And in this story, you see it in Scripture. This stuff, these aren't little fairy tales. This literally happened. He told her, go to all your neighbors' house, go and borrow some jars. Bring them all back, pour the oil, and she began to see overflow. Okay, because of that faith, goodness, faith in action too. So she went out and did what he called her to do, and then she was able to stack the offer. So God multiplied it, and then she was able to stack them and then go back out and sell this oil, and she was able to get the money she needed to pay off her debt. She was able to keep her sons, and God blessed them. Hallelujah. So with that, whatever different offers you have, set them up in a systematic way where they can stack together and you continue to go. So with what that looks like is you have this offer, for example, the book. And then that segues now to that course, which segues to that larger course. And then this seminar, this event, whatever it is that you offer for your business specifically, that is what this offer stacking is going to be able to do. And it will take care of all of your needs, as the word tells us, okay? So he told her, to wrap up day 5, he told her to express herself, what she had to offer. So he asked her, with her words, to say, what is it that you have? She had to speak. I got the oil. Express yourself. Tell me what you have. You need to say it out there, okay? So make sure you put it out there. All of you guys, too, whatever you have, I have this. I talk a little bit. Maybe I can use that to speak. I cook a little bit. Maybe I can make a cookbook. I tell people about, health and ways to live well. Maybe I can create this into a course of some sort. Well, a little bit you have, build from it. I have a cell phone. It has a camera on it. I know how to press record, So go ahead and you can use all of those tools to create something special and to be a blessing to people, okay? Day 6. Now, this was crazy. Day 5 was supposed to be it. And on day 4, he tells us, hey, y'all, are y'all okay if I throw an extra day in? I nearly passed out when he said that, and I had to. I'm on camera. I had to breathe and stay focused when I was on this meeting with Myron Golden. I was like, "Yes, sir. You can definitely go ahead and add an extra day. What you talking about? Why would you? You can add 2, 3 more, 4 days if you want. I don't care how many you add. I need you to keep pouring it out, sir." So he added an extra day on Saturday, which was not a part of what we bought with this offer. It was just amazing. But he added that extra day, and this was the one. He said he really wants to pour into us on this last one. And it was his final thoughts on the biggest breakthroughs in beliefs that helped him to make his millions. And the key word there is beliefs. Beliefs, y'all. So all limitations, any limitation that you have is in your mind. I want to start this off with that. Any limitation you have is in the mind. A lot of people feel like it's the world around them, their surroundings, their situations, what mama said, what the teacher said, all these different things and all of that. It's not the exterior things, it's inside. So if we can shift our mindset from what the limitations are, then we can see that all that God has for us is in abundance, and the fullness of what he's offering us is right there before us. And we can literally access it, but we got to shift our mind first. So the word talks about, it always goes back to Genesis. Everything, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So everything in Genesis, pretty much just everything that happened in that is still ongoing today. And it goes back to what the enemy tempted Eve with is the same thing that he tempts us with every single day. So we read that, right? So we read Genesis chapter 3, the fall into sin and things like that. And what do we see there? The enemy comes and he presents one thing before Eve. They're in the Garden of Eden, okay? And the Garden of Eden is 3 P's. It's a protected place of pleasure and provision. So it's protected, pleasure, and provision. That's all that God gave them. He said you could eat up everything in this whole garden. It's all yours, everything. It's a garden. A garden is protected. So it's always fenced around when it's a garden, right? It's provision, okay? And it's pleasurable. Okay, so that's what that means. So that's what Eden means. It's pleasurable, right? So he said, y'all can have everything, full access, except one thing, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That one little thing, you have all this abundance, but not this one thing. So what did the enemy do? He had Eve to focus on her lack. He had Adam and Eve to focus on their lack. And isn't that what happens to us a lot? In our minds, we focus on that thing that we lack. Instead of all the abundance that's around us and in us, we focus on the one thing that we lack. So we have to shift this. That's the same lie that the enemy always throws at us. You've had it from the beginning. You have it right now. As you're watching this, you have it. You literally have it. Everything you need. And for it to manifest, you're going to have to shift right here. This is where he gets you. Focus on that one thing. Oh, I don't have this, or I'm not like them, or I don't look like them, or I don't act like them, or talk like them, or whatever it is. No, you have all of it. Now, you need more awareness of it. So that doesn't mean just like, necessarily just jump into some crazy venture and you didn't study or learn and the process. You still want to be excellent in it. It's all about mastery. That's why I say remember offer and mastery together. They have to be together. But with that, you have it. Now you just have to venture into it and step into it and don't focus on the lack. That's the key. So in order for me to become who I desire to be, I have to be willing to let go of who I used to be. So all the stuff in the past, the things that people have told you and all of that, you have to let that stuff go. And you have to focus on what God is telling you. And the only way to know what God is telling you is to get into his word. So you got to get into his word. Y'all can't be just, going on Sundays and getting these cute few little verses that may be in context or out of context from some things that pastors are preaching and things like that. You're going to go and need to get into the word, and the Holy Spirit, your wise counselor. You're going to need him to be the one who's supporting you and helping you in this, and supplement it with, truth and brothers and sisters and fellowship and all that good stuff. We know all of that. The whole point is for you to become who you are to become, you're going to need to go back to the one who created you. For you were made in his image, the word tells us. So with that, you're going to need to get into that word and really just fill yourself up with that and not past thoughts. Okay? We're going to have to sacrifice yesterday on the altar of today. Sacrifice yesterday on the altar of today. That was a nugget he said. I was like, ooh, Lord. Okay? And then this last piece here in day 6, ease, like stuff that's easy, produces difficulty. But it's the difficulty that produces ease. So something easy I think of is working at someone else's 9 to 5 and getting paid a few bucks every 2 weeks and being comfortable with that for the rest of your life, then retiring and saving up all this cheese to where, you're all old and too tired to fully enjoy it and trying to retire instead of retirement's nowhere in scripture, and just trying to retire and just chill back and not work, not even really try and create anything that's going to leave legacy or anything like that. That's the easy way. That's the system of the world. So let me just go with that. Lean on the government to take care of me instead of creating a product, all of that stuff. But the difficulty of actually using your mind, shifting your mind and using your mind to actually create something that's going to revolutionize the world, that's the difficulty, but it produces ease. Okay? So that's what I want to see us do. Okay? It's like a seed going into the ground and it has to die first. Yeah, let all this stuff go. It has to die first before it can grow into a beautiful tree. It has to relent. It has to relent, go into the ground, go through all of that hard stuff. So all the hardships and stuff that you're going through, that's not something saying, I should just quit and go do something else. No, that's telling you, I might be in the right direction, especially if this is something God called you to do. It's going in the right direction. I got to push through this difficulty because it's building me up for when I'm way out there speaking to all these folks about this thing. I'm not going to get overwhelmed and just fall apart at any little thing. It's building you up. Okay, so you have to walk in that and be prepared for that. So, y'all, that was it, man. That was this challenge. And I mean, that wasn't just it. That's it for this episode. But there was so much more. I couldn't shove it. I'd literally be talking. I mean, each day, all of it together was about 12 hours for this thing. So y'all want me to talk for 12 hours? I can. But we ain't doing that. What we're going to do instead is I'm going to talk to you guys about an offer in a second. I'm practice while I'm preaching and give you guys an offer in a moment. Okay. But the little thing I want to mention is the pain points. You want to reach people at their pain point. Every time that you are waiting, you are leaving money on the table. Every single day that you wait or try to essentially make an excuse as to why you aren't starting to serve people and what God told you to do 10 years ago, man, you're not serving people well and you're leaving money on the table. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We got to shift from that. We're done with that. All done. Goodbye. Right now you're watching this, it's all gone. It's gone. So be happy. We're moving forward now. Okay? And then you want to change what you do so that you can show people where to go. Okay? So change what you do. Change your methods. Change what you're doing. Get into this mindset of it's time to go into this so that you can start helping people and serving them. So as you see, this whole thing is a circle. It's all about serving people. Meeting people's needs and serving them. And then they will rush and knock your walls down to come to you and ask you to make them offers. Okay? So that is what this is about. So now, Man, this is great. So I want to go into some offers I want to offer you guys, okay? If you enjoy this, I am now an affiliate with Myron Golden and the Make More Offers Challenge. So I'm an affiliate. If you guys decide to take this challenge, I would absolutely love for you guys to click my affiliate link, which is in the description below on this video. So if you listen on Spotify and all of that stuff, whatever, that's cool. You're driving and everything. When you get back, you just go to Creative Encounter Podcast on YouTube and watch it here, right here. I need you guys to go ahead and click the link in the description for you guys to become an affiliate. Or rather, I'm an affiliate, and I want you guys to go ahead and be a part of this challenge for the Make More Offers Challenge, and that'll be absolutely amazing. This will revolutionize your life. Trust me. All right, so the second offer is if you guys are ready to go ahead and get your content out there and stop waiting, y'all, and get this out there, go ahead and utilize Duet, okay? So we have my space here. So this venue is actually on Peerspace. So my recording studio is actually on Peerspace, and you guys can actually rent some time to come over here and record, to create photos, video, podcast, audio, whatever you need to take your content to the next level, we are here to do it. So you go on Peerspace to rent this venue. But if you want personally from me and my team, Payne Dual Productions, we have a nice team that helps with, again, editing, shooting the videos, doing the audio, doing the reels, the posting, all of that good stuff. We support and do all of that for you. So I want you guys to go and take advantage of that. Comment below, like, I want that offer. Go ahead and put that in the comments below if you are interested. We're here to support and we can make this happen. We have that conversation, see what your needs are so I can best serve you in whatever capacity you need it, okay? So guys, that is the Make More Offers Challenge. So this gave so much clarity. But at the end of the day, if you don't remember anything that I said here, I want you to remember these three things that Myron Golden always says. You have to do things in order. If you try to do things out of this order, it's not going to flow. This is the order. You first have to be the person. Then you do the thing. And then you can have. Okay? So in that order, be, do, have. Okay? You can try to do some things, try to execute, but if you don't become the person that is going to have that excellence and that transformation to be able to execute that thing in the proper way that's going to serve people in the proper way, it's not going to work too well. And then you can't have what you desire. And you're not going to have if you don't do. You can't just sit around and expect to have. You have to become who God created you to be. Then do, operate in that with his lordship over it. Operate in that. And then you can have. That's when the door's just going to fly open, y'all. So that is it, man. I'm so excited about this one. I hope this bless you guys. Everyone who's in the challenge with me, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Y'all comment below and say y'all in the challenge. Go ahead in the comments. Put y'all stuff down there. Let's go ahead and promote and get this going. Build this whole thing. So I'm going to drop this in the Make More Offers Challenge community group that I am a part of to support my future millionaires, and current millionaires as well who are in that group. And we're going to keep taking this to the next level, y'all. But all of my Kingdom creatives, don't get it twisted. Those of us who follow the Lord, that are doing ministry and all of that stuff, whatever, we should be bringing in the cheese so that we can support and change and transform this world at a higher degree before our Christ comes back. He is calling us to do that, y'all. So let's not shy away from that. Let's go big in this short life that we have and just do it for the Lord, okay? If you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead and subscribe once more. If you guys want to become a monthly financial partner of Creative Encounter and Joy Pay Music, I absolutely love that. To all of our partners who are currently on here, thank you so much. It's because of you that we were able to knock out this amazing record, Unashamed Live Worship Experience, which is out now. So go ahead and get the link. There's a bunch of links below, y'all, for the album, for the Make More Offers Challenge, for Peerspace, for all of that good stuff. It is all below. So click that and check it out. Love you guys. I'm looking forward to episode 71, and I'll see you guys next time.